In this video, let us see Coulomb's inverse square law in vector form. It's a very simple concept. So let us say we have a coordinate system, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Anyone you can take. There is a charge q1. There is another charge q2. The position vector of q1 is r1 bar. The position vector of q2 is r2 bar. Here, the position vector of q2 with respect to q1 is r21 bar. So, r1 bar position vector of q1, r2 bar position vector of q2, r21 bar position vector of q2 with respect to q1. We know very well, according to vector addition, r2 bar is equal to r1 bar plus r21 bar. r1 bar plus r21 bar is equal to r2 bar. So we have r21 bar is equal to r2 bar minus r1 bar. We know very well the force is a vector physical quantity. The force between two charges can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square into r cap. What is this r cap? R cap is a unit vector. Its purpose is only to show direction. For example, if you are having a traffic policeman, he wears a cap whose purpose is only to show the direction of motion of vehicles. Similarly, r cap is a unit vector which shows the direction of force but nothing else. So, let us write now F21 bar. What is this F21 bar? Force acting on second charge by first charge. That is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r21 square into r21 cap. We know r21 cap, it's a unit vector. How to write the unit vector? Vector divided by its own magnitude. When you simplify this, we get F21 bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r21 cube into r21 bar. F21 bar is force on second charge by first charge. R21 bar position vector of q2 with respect to q1. Similarly, let us talk about force on first charge by second charge. So once again you take the coordinate system. R1 bar position vector of q1, R2 bar position vector of q2, R12 bar position vector of q1 with respect to q2. R1 bar position vector of q1, R2 bar position vector of q2, R12 bar position vector of q2 with respect to q1. So according to vector addition, R2 bar plus R12 bar is equal to R1 bar. R2 bar plus R12 bar is equal to R1 bar. So R12 bar can be written as R1 bar minus R2 bar. So R12 bar is equal to, take minus common, minus R21 bar. From the previous topic, we had R21 bar minus R1 bar is equal to R21 bar. That means R12 bar is equal to minus of R21 bar. If I take the magnitude on both sides, we will get R12 is equal to R21. Now, force acting on first charge by second charge is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r12 square into r12 cap. This r12 cap can be written as r12 bar divided by r12. So finally we are having f12 bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r12 cube into r12 bar. What is f12? Force on first charge by second charge. But what is f21? Force on second charge by first charge. Now, we can write R12 bar from here as minus R21 bar, and R12 is equal to R21. So instead of R12, I can write R21. Instead of R12 bar, I can write minus R21 bar. If I take minus outside, the remaining term represents F21 bar. So F12 bar is equal to minus of F21 bar. Both of them are vectors but in opposite direction, having same magnitude. So F12 is equal to F21, that is equal to F12 is to F21 is equal to 1:1. That means force acting on first charge by second charge is same as force acting on second charge by first charge. So F1 to F21 will form action-reaction pair. Let us see the exact meaning of Coulomb's inverse square law in vector form. So let us take one example. Here we are having two charges, 9 microcoulomb and another one 9 microcoulomb. Both of them are separated by 2 meters. Let us assume this one as first charge, this one as second charge. And according to Coulomb's law in vector form, we have seen that F21 is the force acting on second charge by the first charge. F12, force acting on first charge by second charge. Since both of them are like charges, they are undergoing repulsion. They are in opposite direction. So we had F12 is equal to F21, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon r 9 microcoulomb into 9 microcoulomb divided by 2 meters square. If both of them are negative charges, then also we are having repulsive force. So F12 is equal to F21. Both of them are in opposite direction because the force is repulsive and their magnitudes are equal. F1 by 4 pi epsilon r 6 microcoulomb divided by 1 square, 1 meter square. If one is positive, other one is negative, these two charges will undergo attraction. Attraction is always towards. Force acting on first charge by the second charge, force acting on second charge by the first charge. And they are equal in magnitude, 1 by 4 pi epsilon r 6 microcoulomb 9 microcoulomb divided by 3 square. But you see here, I am not taking here minus sign. Here also I am not taking minus sign. Here I am not taking minus sign. Why? Because in Coulomb's inverse square law, we are going to take only magnitudes of the charges. We are not taking any direction in that Coulomb's inverse square law. So finally we can write the force between two charges is given as 1 by 4 pi epsilon r q1 q2 divided by r square. Force acting on second charge by the first charge is F21. Force acting on the first charge by second charge is F12. Both of them will form an action-reaction pair. If this is action, this is reaction. If this is action, this is reaction, and so on for other examples. And one important point you need to remember here, whenever you use this formula, please don't consider negative sign anywhere, because we are talking about only magnitudes of the charges. Thank you.